Actually leads us to a little NBA Who You Got. We got Adrian Wojnarowski from Yahoo Sports, also joined by Kurt Helin of Pro Basketball Talk at NBCSports.com. Let's start with this, and Kurt, I'll start with you. Which of the two LA teams is in most need of depth, the Lakers or the Clippers?
I got to go with the Lakers on this one because after Kobe Bryant, Andrew Bynum, and Pau Gasol, it's Niagara Falls to the rest of their team. I mean, there is just nothing. They desperately need a point guard. They desperately need scoring off the bench. They desperately need anybody outside of those big three who can give them consistent minutes.
I agree 100% with Kurt. There's such a different urgency for the Lakers than the Clippers right now. The Clippers have a window that's just starting, that's wide open, and they've helped themselves already with adding Kenyon Martin. But the Lakers, within that locker room, from the coaching staff, with the players, they really wonder how much Metta World Peace has left for them. And they've got to find an ability to score the ball beyond their big three.
All right, next up, surprise team with more staying power. Timberwolves or Sixers? Woj, who you got?
I like the Sixers mainly because they're in the East, and you can stay above water a little easier in the Eastern Conference. I just was talking with Spencer Hawes, Phillies center, who has been such a vital part of their revival. He's had a heel injury. He was on his way to see a specialist in L.A. today and was going to get word about how quickly after the All-Star break he'll be able to come back. But with Hawes, they are certainly an upper echelon Eastern team.
No, I'm going the other way. I am going with the Timberwolves. Because with Ricky Rubio and with Kevin Love, you'd have two elite, two potentially transcendent players. And unless you play defense like the 2004 Pistons, you need guys like that to win and win big. Yeah, they've got that little problem of Oklahoma City, but they are better equipped to be good long term, providing David Kahn can put some pieces around them, which is a whole different question.
All right, after the All-Star break, we expect to see some trades go down. Kurt, who's the first big name to be dealt?
It's kind of obvious to say Dwight Howard, but because everything else seems bottlenecked behind Dwight Howard, you have to go there. I mean, until the Magic really decide what they're going to do, whether they're going to move him or keep him and just take him off the market completely, everything else is bottlenecked. So I'm going to have to say Howard.
Certainly Howard's the one everyone is going to be watching, but one player who I know would still like to be moved, he's wanted to be moved for almost a season now, is Josh Smith from Atlanta, who feels like he is always the fall guy in Atlanta. This team's not built to emphasize his strengths, his ability to run the floor, play fast and catch alley-oops. They're not really featuring him offensively there, and he seems to always be to blame for everything that goes on. He should have been an all-star, wasn't selected. He'd like to be moved, but the Atlanta organization has shown no inclination to do that.
All right, and finally, in NBA Who You Got, which team needs this all-star break the most, Woj?
Chicago. No team in the league relies more on one player than the Bulls do, Derrick Rose. For him to get a chance now to rest that back, to rest that toe, no one plays harder. He plays every single day for them, and they need to get him well.
Yeah, I'll take Adrian's up-and-coming team, the Philadelphia 76ers. They have lost 5 in a row now. They've lost their mojo. They're not playing the kind of defense that was getting them wins, and missing Spencer Hawes is part of that. But a little break, a little chance to maybe run through a practice or two and get themselves back. They'll come back and be one of the better teams in the East.